Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Not Your Average Glow Up. This is a safe place where we come and we talk all things mental health, spirituality, and quite a bit of tarot. Today we're going to be doing a little tarot reading, as you've probably seen from the what is the word? Good God. Thumbnail. From the thumbnail photo. So there'll be 3 piles. But first, I want to just give a little bit of clarification about what the intention behind this reading is. Basically, the title of this tarot reading is a gated community or a gilded cage. Because recently, the subject of the difference between having boundaries and just being judgmental and guarded and having walls built up has been coming up a lot for me, especially with this whole like elitist mentality and you can't sit with us. Like, this subject has been coming up a lot in my personal life. It's come up just in those around me, and I've watched it manifest itself in so many different ways. So there's going to be 3 different piles today, and I'm hoping with Spirit's intentions that'll be 3 completely different scenarios. We'll see how that works out. Sometimes they like to, kind of all go together as one storyline, but the intention is that hopefully it'll be 3 different scenarios. I've seen it play out a lot in the spiritual community where it's like, with me personally, where it's like, she's self-taught, she doesn't, this, that, or the other. I've been reading tarot since I was like 12, and she's only been reading for, a few years or whatever. She's not welcome to the club kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it play out with big corporations where somebody applies for a job position and somebody else usually has that job, and they're like, well, I have the qualifications and I've been, doing this for so many years, and who are they new wanting to come in and switch up the way that we've always done things? Like, who the fuck do they think they are? And then I've watched it play out in church where it's like a church kind of old school, a new like worship leader, somebody comes in and they want to, make things a little more contemporary, a little more updated or whatever. And everybody's like, no, we've done it this way for so many years. Who do you think you are, coming in and trying to switch up things, trying to change the game? Like, we've become successful. We've, done it this way for so long. You can't come in and switch it up. It's common fear, and it plays out lots of people. So this reading is not one of judgment, it's one of healing. So the intention behind this reading is to see in what area of your life at home do you have a little bit of that elitist mentality, and it's hindering your growth. It's holding you back. Because I've found that oftentimes that new, fresh energy that you might be fearful of, that you might even gossip about or talk trash on, or, say, oh, well, they're not good enough, or they're not as qualified, or whatever. A lot of times that's Spirit's blessing for you, and you blocking that blessing by being judgmental of something you don't understand. Sometimes you perceive something as a threat, but it's actually a gift. And the only thing you're really standing in the way of, you perceive it as you're holding a boundary. The only thing you're standing in the way of is your growth, your influence. People come in and out of our lives as teachers. So it is important to have strong, healthy boundaries and to protect yourself. But that's not what this is about today. This is about that elitist, that I've done it my way, I'm better than you sort of mentality. Therefore, you can't sit with us. And if you're being truthful and you're being humble, we've all been there in at least one areas of our lives. Even if it's just like your clique of friends and one of your friends tries to bring in a new friend and you're like, this is my group of friends. Like, we've all been there, whether you identify as male or female or whatever. we've all been there in one area of our life. So this isn't a place of judgment. This is just a place of healing. Now, let's begin. Oh, also, I got a new deck. This is the Illuminator's Amulet deck from Threads of Fate. Beautiful deck. I'll be utilizing this today. This deck kind of acts as like a magic 8-ball, and I am here for it because a lot of times with tarot and oracle, and I use both, I even use some handmade cards, it's hard to get specific, so you ask yes or no questions, and I do have a pendulum that I use for yes or no questions, but this is a whole deck of yes or no answers. Like, it's like a magic 8-ball in a deck. Love it. So I'll be utilizing this today to get some further clarity and just look at the holographic awesomeness. I even got my nails done kind of hollow to match because, you know, it's a vibe today. Okay, it's a vibe. So I'll be utilizing those today. And I'm going to do some tarot, but this is predominantly going to be oracle, I think. I think a lot of these messages I'm going to channel. Okay, so if you picked pile 1, you picked the Hierophant. I don't use these wooden tarot cards too often because they're thick and they're heavy, and the stack is like this. They're more for decorative purposes, but they're beautiful. I love them. So the Hierophant. The Hierophant is all about tradition. It can be about church and religion. It can be about marriage or a union. It's a very like traditional way of thinking. So right off the rip, before ever even getting any cards to clarify what this storyline is about, I'm getting for pile 1 that where you need to be more open-minded, where you're having that little bit of this is the way I've always done it, therefore it has to be the right way sort of mentality, is something to do with religion or tradition. Could also possibly be like a marriage or something, like a partnership. We'll see as the cards come out. So I'm gonna utilize the Good Tarot. This is my tried and true. I have like 20 different tarot decks. This is one of the first tarot decks I got. Wasn't the first, but it was one of the first ones. And something about this imagery just really speaks to me. So Spirit, can you tell me more about this Hierophant energy? What is this about? Tell me about the storyline. What area of their life is pile 1 needing to be a little less judgmental and a little bit more open to? Tell me more about this, Spirit. Few cards, please. No, that was pretty good. 2 of water. Okay. So, I was feeling like possibly, you know, like religion or tradition, but this is coming out as a partnership, possibly even a romantic relationship. So for you in pile 1, it could be quite possible that Spirit is trying to bless you with a romantic partner, but because of tradition, because of your upbringing, it could be religious reasons or like family tradition, that you have a very specific type of future spouse in your brain, like, oh, I have to marry this type of person. And Spirit's like, but your divine counterpart's actually very different from what you have in your head. So maybe like, you know, like Taylor Swift and shake it off, you know, like, that's not it. That's not the vibe. It's kind of funny because this storyline plays out a lot in like twin flame connections. A lot of times your true twin flame, because there is a false twin flame, your true divine counterpart a lot of times breaks your ideals. Like a lot of times it's interracial, or you're from a very different culture or something like that. So this could possibly be a twin flame connection. Because this is romantic partnerships, I'm going to utilize some of my homemade decks. I got like a bunch of decks here because I knew this would be a wide range of storylines, and I just wanted to kind of play it by ear so you guys could see that I'm not picking and choosing what I'm doing. All right, so because it's romantic, I'm gonna get some song decks. There's a window behind the camera. There is an entire flock of vultures literally right behind the art room. And I don't know why, but spirits sang death. But the death card, like in tarot, it doesn't necessarily mean like a literal death, like a death of a family member or whatever. And right as I said that is like spirit sent that flock of vultures just to give us that message, because now they're gone. They just like flew off to the left and now I can't see them anymore. That is so crazy. Awesome. Thank you, Spirit. So the death card, which is funny because I didn't pull the death card. I actually have a death card tapestry to my right. The death card is actually one of my favorite cards, and a lot of people perceive it as a dark tarot card, but really it's just about like an end to a cycle, like an end to a way of thinking, and then a new beginning, like a rebirth. So that's kind of cool. It's like Spirit is like trying to tell you that this mindset that you're in regards to like this way of thinking of, you know, you have to be with a specific type of person, your type, your ideal. Your person isn't that, so you need to put that thought process to rest. Like it needs to be finished. Okay. The cards that came out was to help you get more clarification on maybe who, because for yours it's really much so a who. So who Spirit is trying to send to you that is actually a gift, but you might be a little bit guarded. The cards that came up was Julia by Love. When we met, I wasn't me. I was so numb. Yeah, I was so lonely. Out on the run, I wasn't free, and you came along. Okay? And then, oh, I was not expecting this card. Okay, sorry, it's a dirty song, so if you're not 18, you know, peace. But 18 or older, please. But it's I called her on the phone and she touched herself, and I laughed myself to sleep. Is the lyrics. It's wow, I can get sexual too by Say Anything. Funny story about me. I know this has nothing to do with the reading, so I'll make it quick. Funny story about me. I actually, one of the only times I got in trouble at school and got like written up at school is because me and my friend Catherine, we were singing this song like at the top of our lungs in the hallway in high school. So we were like walking down the hallway going, I called her on the phone and she touched herself. She touched herself. She touched herself. Called her on the phone and she touched herself. I laughed myself to sleep. And yeah, my teachers didn't like that, so I got written up. But so the storyline that I'm getting, oh, and at the very bottom of the deck is Perfect by Ed Sheeran. We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time, but darling, just kiss me slow. Oh, I love that song. Okay. So the storyline that I'm getting here is that a person came into your life, and when you met them, you were in a mindset of kind of closed off to the idea of love altogether. Maybe you'd recently gone through some heartache or the breakup and kind of shut down. I'm noticing a lot of the greens in this card. Well, from here it looks very, very blue, and it has a lot of blue too, but it also has quite a bit of greens and teals. And green is indicative of the heart chakra. And then I noticed that the crystal that kind of went along with your pile is also green. So there's definitely some heart wounding happening in group one. I'm noticing that in the song Julia, he's talking about how he was kind of numb to the idea of love. And he's also talking about how he's living kind of wild and free, kind of like bachelor energy, like kind of playing the field. So when Julia, the girl he's singing about, came into his life, he didn't treat her the way that he should have, because it's almost like he didn't see her value when she came in. It was like he was closed off to love, and he was kind of playing the field, and it just like he didn't see her value. I know this is a strange message for the wow, I can get sexual too, but I'm almost getting the storyline that this entire interaction may be via the phone. It could be somebody that you've, like, maybe you scroll on Instagram, or you know, watch your YouTube or whatever, mostly on the phone instead of like a laptop or whatever. And so your entire connection with this person may have been via phone, or it could just be an electronic device. And maybe from the beginning there was a sexual connection. Maybe there was a strong physical attraction here, where it was like that part was like almost instantaneous. Like you saw this person and you were like, yeah, they're hot, you know? But because your heart chakra was kind of closed off, because you're kind of living your life more free, but I keep noticing the line, I was out on the run, but I wasn't free. So it's almost like a false persona of pretending that you were free and happier than you actually were. And right as I said that, I feel like somebody just like laid a brick on my chest. Holy crap. Whew. Ooh, good God. Okay, maybe, I mean, that's got to be indicative of heartbreak, I guess. It also can be an indicative of anxiety. You might get anxiety about romantic relationships. Maybe the strong tradition is like family. I keep getting family. So maybe your parents have instilled in you, you have to marry a specific type of person, and this person kind of breaks that for you. So the idea of being with this person kind of gives you anxiety. I don't know where that came from. That is completely channeled. That's not here in the cards. We were just kids when we fell in love. So it could be for some people that this could be a connection from when you were younger. Like maybe you knew them as a kid or whatever, and then they kind of popped back into your life and they were like, hey, wow, you got hot. When did that happen? But that's not going to be for everybody. To me, this is speaking more of like in reference to everything else, speaking more about like an emotional immaturity. When we're younger, we tend to have a very specific type. And as you get older and you kind of learn that, like, this is going to sound very dark and a little morose and a little bit jaded, but as you get older, you learn that people kind of suck. And then, like, the ideals you had in your head of like, oh, I want to be with this person. They got to be tall, dark, and handsome. They got to be a lawyer. They got to make at least, so many figures, and they got to, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. They got to have like 6 degrees. Like you get like stupid high, like expectations when you're, like a teenager and you're like describing your type, right? And then as you get older and you kind of learn that like those things are all surface level, you kind of just realize that none of that fucking matters. Like, none of it matters. It's the soul of the person. It's the heart of the person. Well, you have a heart blockage like that. Whew, shit. I'm going to pull, Spirit, can you please tell me more about this specific relationship? Tell me more about the person whom came into their life. Tell me about... Oh, okay. Woosa. Temptation in reverse. All right. 8 of fire in reverse. 6 of fire in reverse. And 4 of water in reverse. Okay. And in this deck, this deck does not account for reversals. However, I do still accept reversals. I just perceive them more as blocked energy. So a lot of times I'll reference the book, and I really, really like the book for the Good Tarot. Like the author of this deck did a beautiful job of describing the energies for these cards. So I reference the book for the Good Tarot a lot. Okay, this is kind of a silly message, but this goes back to the social media thing. On the Temptation cards, she's laying on like a peach, and you know the peach emoji can symbolize that ass dough, you know? So it could be possible that you've seen a picture or photograph of a person on like social media or whatever, and their butt was looking scrumdiddlyicious. You were like, gotta touch the butt, you know? And kind of a silly message. But I got from the temptation that you were tempted by this person from the get-go, but you're fighting the temptation. I almost feel like maybe you thought that this was just a physical attraction, therefore you didn't pursue anything from it because you were like, well, it seems like it's just physical, because the physical attraction was so strong. Because the 8 of Fire can also be about passions. I'm noticing on this particular card, there's like a geisha hiding behind like a fan, and she's riding on the back of a panda. It's surrounded by like lanterns or whatever. There's a lot of red, so a lot of reds and oranges. So this is like root and sacral chakra, very like passionate, fiery sort of energy. But like, this is such a random message, but I keep hearing Memoirs of a Geisha. I don't know if you've seen that film or read that book. The book is phenomenal. Read the book. If you like to read that book. But there actually is the movie, and I think it's actually currently on Netflix. I believe I seen that the other day, but it's currently on Netflix. So if you have not seen it, watch it. There might be some messages in that movie for you, but something that I'm getting from there is in that movie, and I don't want to misrepresent Japanese culture, because to be frank, I know nothing of it. But there's a message coming here through this, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But geishas, when they're first starting out, they adorn themselves in more elaborate clothing. They wear more like pretty hair pieces in their hair. Their kimonos and stuff are a lot more elaborate, a lot more fancy. But then when they actually become like an established geisha, their clothing is more simplistic, because their talents and their what is the message here, Spirit? Please help me to articulate what I'm trying to say. Their reputation almost speaks for itself, so they don't need to adorn themselves all, flashy. It's almost like they have a quiet elegance about them. Something about that is standing out about this person, because that message is coming through to me so much, and this is not a message I've ever gotten from this card, and this card's come out hundreds of times for me before. So this person has sort of a quiet sex appeal about them, like an under the surface sort of elegance to them. But it's because they're of a higher quality. I don't know if this is coming through. Like maybe, and I don't mean this judgmentally, but maybe you're somebody who your type is quite shallow. Like maybe you are very much into like, I don't know, I'm gonna put off stereotype, okay? Maybe you're into like, okay, she's gotta be blonde, she's gotta have a rockin' body, like super flat stomach, stacked, nice ass. She's got to be well-read. She's got to be this. She's got to be like maybe you have a very specific type and it's very physical. And then this person comes in and they're not your usual type, but you still find them so goddamn irresistible. Like this energy is yummy. Like it's really, really like, I just heard peppers and honey. Like, I don't even know what that means, Spirit. Like, when I channel, sometimes I get some really odd messages, but like spicy peppers dipped in honey. I don't know where that's coming from. Like, that's such an odd thing, but like, this person's energy is like, it's sexy and it's sultry and it's almost dangerous because it's different. But it's like very sweet. But like honey, when you like pour it out, it's kind of like slow to drip. So maybe this person's kind of like, they're slow to like truly understand them. And because they're so different from your usual type, maybe you're having difficulty understanding them. Like it almost like the whole geisha thing, Spirit's wanting me to go back to that about the worth thing. It's almost like on a physical level, maybe they're not quite as hot as your usual type, but they are. It's like a quiet sort of sexy, like not so in your face. And maybe that's why temptation's in reverse. Maybe you almost feel like some sort of guilt about sexualizing this person. Like this is such a like a hyper specific message. Let me know if this resonates, okay? Because this is so weirdly specific. But maybe there's almost guilt about sexualizing this person. Like maybe they posted like a bikini pic or something, or maybe it wasn't even like a picture. Maybe it was like a video and you caught like a glimpse of their butt, like in the video, like maybe they were on the beach or something, and you were just like, damn, want to bite the ass, you know? Like, oh, you know, boner alert type of thing. And then it's almost like you like reprimanded yourself, like, bad, no, don't think the dirty thoughts, you know, like maybe, I don't know why that's coming up. Like maybe you feel like this isn't a person that you should sexualize. I don't know why that's coming up. But also on this temptation card, there's like, I've never gotten this message from the temptation card either. She's an angel, okay? So maybe you see this person as kind of angelic. There's the peaches though. You like the butt, whatever the butt's about. I mean, I like ass too. I like ass too. You know, if I had to pick between titties and butt, I like ass, you know? So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, titties are nice though. I'm sorry, why am I talking like this? I usually wouldn't. Jesus Christ, Sam. Woo-sa. Maybe this is your energy. Maybe I'm channeling your energy. Like, you're like, I mean, it's all nice, but oof, that ass, you know? What? But like, there's like a treasure trunk at the bottom here. And there's a cup, but there's also a bunch of coins. And coins in tarot a lot of time are pentacles. And then there's the cup, which is emotions. And it's like, I'm getting this message that you almost want to gift. It's almost like you want to show this person you do have emotions for this person. I'm getting that you do have emotions for this person. But it's like something about this breaks tradition somehow, whether that be like family values or like religious differences or something about this breaks tradition. But you do have, it's like you want to offer them your cup of love, but you're going to do so via material means. Maybe you're an earth sign, or you have like strong earth placements in your chart. Or maybe you're just, your love language is gift giving. It's almost like you want to offer them your gift of love, but like you're blocking it. 4 of water. I know what 4 of cups is usually in tarot, but Spirit's telling me to reference the book for this one. So I'm going to see, maybe there's a specific message for you in 4 of water. Dreaming and introspection, contemplation, trusting in the abundance of opportunities. A lull in the action offers a chance for me to dream even bigger than before. Whenever plans turn out to not have come to fruition as expected, I feel secure knowing that even greater things may await me. The universe conspires on my behalf, and disappointment and sadness will wash me through if I simply let them flow. I trust that Spirit has many ways of responding to my desires, and what I seek can take a variety of forms. Oh my God! Have faith in perfect timing and divine order. That's literally what I was just saying. That's why Spirit wanted me to reference the book. Okay. I feel like you were in an emotional lull. Like maybe you just went through a heartbreak, or you were, I don't know what this heart thing is. But you were like in an emotional lull, and then this person shows up, and it is a divine gift. It's like Spirit is trying to give you your person, but they showed up so different than you like expected them to show up. So you're like, it's almost like you're questioning Spirit, but I feel like you also have a strong inclination. I feel like your intuition is telling you that this is your person, but because they break tradition, because it isn't the idea that you had in your head, you're like, I don't know if this can be trusted. Also, there's the 6 of fire. I love this card. This card always just kind of makes me smile. It reminds me of Peter Pan. You know how there's this ship like flying through the sky in the cartoon Peter Pan? So there's once again that forever young energy. Like you were in a place of emotional immaturity. And I don't mean that like ugly. We've all been there. I can be extremely emotionally immature sometimes too. So no judgment here. But like when you met this person, you were like very emotionally immature. Like maybe you need to do some shadow work and some healing, and you had not yet done any reflection, and maybe you handled this situation very immaturely. I'm sorry for the noise, but it is freaking freezing in this room. There's no like heat, so I'm gonna turn on a little space heater right quick because I'm freezing fucking cold right now. And it's gonna be kind of noisy, and I'm sorry. It's gonna be kind of, I'm sorry if it's noisy or annoying. I'm just really cold, so forgive me. Okay, but I'm getting kind of like a forever young energy with this. Like, oh, maybe this felt more safe in the dream realm. Like, oh, that's the over the phone thing. You guys haven't met in person. What? This is getting so hyper specific. I don't think you've met this person in person. I feel like your connections have been all via the internet and all via the dreamland. Because like what I heard in my head was like Peter Pan like standing in the in the window and like reaching out to Wendy and like come away with me to Never Never Land. Like I feel like I'm channeling mostly for a guy, but you can, you know, put my thing now, flip it and reverse it. You know, you can reverse this energy, flip it, change it. This is energies we speaking of, not body parts. Okay. And T-ways. I feel like you might have even connected romantically in the dream world. Because that passionate energy is coming up, and maybe you like, this is giving like almost like teenager energy, like wet dreams. I don't know why. Like maybe you've had some very passionate dreams of this person, and that's where that guilt comes in, and you're like, oh no, like I can't sexualize this person like this, you know. But I feel like its spirit is trying to help you connect with this person in the dream world because you're closed off in the 3D. So this is a very like 5D connection and very hot and steamy one. But I feel like it's not just sex. I feel like you have the idea, because you feel such a strong sexual, physical desire for this person, I think you're afraid to open your heart because you're like, well, what if it's just sex? All right, Spirit, I'm gonna go ahead and pull and see if there's any more messages. Oh, that was quick. Transformation is on the horizon. Yeah, buddy. I like this. Yeah. Yeah. This energy, it's good shit. Continue manifesting this. Like, this is your person. You're supposed to connect with this person. Oh, and then right on the bottom it says it's already yours. Like, Spirit's like, this is your person. It's already yours. This is divine order. This is like heavenly sent. This is for you. Why are you resisting this? I'm gonna end this one here. This feels good to me. This feels like a good spot. I hope that helped you, Group 1. Thank you for trusting me with reading your energy. It was a absolute pleasure. Maybe work on emotional maturity a little bit. There's a book that I actually own. I read it. My sister sent it to me. It's Children of an Emotionally Immature Parents. A lot of times when we are emotionally immature, it's because we were raised by emotionally immature parents. So maybe you should read that book. If you want to like connect with me via like my Instagram, Not Your Average Glow Up on Instagram, I'll mail it to you. I mean, shit. It's a gift. If you want to read it. I don't know why I'm... Okay, cool. All right. Give me a second to ground, and then let's get into group number 2 with the moon. Okay. I'm gonna quickly reground and regroup. All right, group number 2. Hi. My first reading was quite juicy and quite fun. If you picked group number 2 with this beautiful moon card, it's kind of hard to see, but it's lovely. And this cute little rune, this is your reading. So, the moon card is all about, for me, okay, I read it a little differently, but this is the energy that I'm getting from the moon card. The moon card to me is all about spiritual matters. It's all about like intuition and inner knowing. It represents to me feminine energy, not body parts, okay? That's a big thing. This particular moon card has a picture of the moon in the sky over, looks like a little lake with some trees, and it's got two little towers on both sides, like one over here and one over here. And I know you can't see it from over there, and I'm sorry about that. But one of the towers kind of has a cloud on it, and then one of them has like a cross on the top of it, and I've never noticed that before. Like, it almost looks like a little church steeple. And then the other one is like covered by a cloud, so it's like it's almost like you don't know where that tower stands. I know this is such a weird message. I'll pull some more cards and we'll get more specific. But it's like trusting your intuition about something, like something is hidden here. Like, maybe I'll pull some more cards to get more of this storyline, because this is an odd storyline. Also, Pisces is represented here. So if you're a Pisces, or there's another person involved, they're Pisces, that could be, a sign or synchronicity for you to know that you grabbed the wrong pile. But if not, let it fly. Also, Pisces is one of the most psychic signs in the zodiac, so makes sense. I'm going to be pulling from the Good Tarot today, just a few cards, Spirit. What is this about? What are they needing to trust their intuition on? Ten of Fire. Alright, can you clarify that, please? That was quick! With the King of Fire. I'm gonna read from the book, because I'm feeling Spirit pulling me to read from the book about the Ten of Fire, so there must be a specific message for you here. Burning away and releasing the excess. Endings clear way for beginnings. I may be overcommitted and have taken on too many burdens in this time. I do the work of decluttering my life. All that I release will take new forms and serve for the greater whole. But I no longer need to hold on to it simply because it once seemed to have value for me. I thank it for what it did for me, but say goodbye to the emotions, relationships, and situations that I realize do not belong in my life anymore. I feel like yours is more about a place. A job, even. I'm going to ask a couple yes or no questions from this deck. Is this about a job? A sign of success. Yeah, it's about a job. Okay. I feel like the mindset that you're needing to switch up, that you need to be like more open-minded to, and this necessarily wasn't exactly my intention for this reading, but it's what's coming up, is a job, which is odd because I didn't first see these towers as a job, but now I am. Maybe, and this might not be everybody's storyline, I'll pull some more cards. Maybe there is a job, a place in which you work that you felt was heaven sent. I'm noticing the cross, okay? Maybe you felt like was a divine gift. And it's something that you, with the King of Fire here, that's like, it's like Emperor energy. So like he's usually very successful, usually a leader in a job, usually, oh, that's the storyline. Okay, it's all coming together now. Okay. Maybe you have become very successful at a job. Like you've worked your way up up the ladder somehow. And you love this job. It brings fulfillment to you. I notice how his heart is just like so lit up here. And you could possibly be a fire sign. Because both of these are fire. Could also have some strong Pisces in your chart, or the other person involved might be a Pisces. Maybe somebody has come in to your life and you almost feel threatened, like they're gonna steal your job. I know this is such a weirdly specific message, but it's coming through that like I'm almost seeing like she's burning all these pieces of paper, and I think they're actually pieces of like sheet music. So you might be hearing messages in music. I don't know why that came out, but I was seeing this as like files at work. This is such a weirdly specific message, but like I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm just gonna trust my intuition and just let it flow. If it doesn't resonate, if it doesn't fly, let it, just let it roll off your shoulder if this isn't your message, but this is your message for somebody watching. Something with a person coming in and you feel like your job is being threatened somehow. And I'm getting imagery of somebody like burning paperwork or files, or like trying to cover their tracks. Like trying to cover something up. Maybe it's you, maybe it's another person. Maybe you've worked your way up the ladder by nefarious means. Like maybe you weren't completely honest, maybe you did something kind of sketchy. Like I said, that won't apply for everybody. But something about this card is giving me that message. Weird. And now you feel like your job is in jeopardy. And maybe somebody's coming in and they're like threatening to take your job, or you feel like they're a threat. Like maybe there's somebody coming in to your awareness, and you feel like they could steal your job from you. But what Spirit's trying to say through this is that there's, like on this moon card, there's a second tower, and you can't see it right now because it's hidden by clouds. Like you feel like this is your destiny, this is your God-sent thing, but there's something hidden here. Like you don't see, like maybe there's another job opportunity from you somewhere else. Like maybe this is actually a blessing in disguise, and for whatever reason you can't see it. Like this is such a weirdly specific and deeply channeled message. But like you see how there's like this little tower and there's a little cross on the top, right? But then over here there's another tower, and there's like it's standing out to me as an opportunity. But you can't see it, it's hidden, and that's where you have to trust your intuition. You have strong intuition. It's like you almost know this already, but you're like holding on to what no longer is yours. And that's what the Ten of Fire card is all about. It's about releasing things. It's about like transformation. It's like away with the old to bring in the new. And once you finally release this and let go of how you thought it had to be thing, and trust your intuition, trust what you already know to be true deep in your heart, but you're kind of fighting, it's like you're gonna be successful. There's gonna be blessings that come from this. I'm going to pull Moonology card for you. I have a whole freaking stack of cards here because each one of these piles are very different from one another, so I wasn't even sure which cards I wanted to use for these readings. Can you tell me more about this, Spirit? Don't let pride get in your way. Yeah. Full moon in Leo. You could possibly be a Leo, because I said fire sign energy. Leo or Aries. I'm not getting Sag, but possibly Sag, because, you know, I don't want to leave them out because they're fire sign too. But I'm getting Leo or Aries energy. But I also think of Leos as the boss man. So, like, you don't have to physically be a Leo. You could be another sign, like, but, like, you are boss man. So, or woman, you know. Believe in the impossible. Look at the big picture in reverse because you're not seeing the big picture. Adjustments are required. See the moon here is half hidden. You're not trusting your intuition. Show the world the real you. So maybe this new opportunity that you can't quite see is actually more aligned with your personhood, like who you actually are meant to be. But because you're holding on to this other thing, it's actually holding you back from your purpose. A new start is coming in reverse. You're like, this is supposed to be a new thing. Like you have a new thing God is trying to send to you. Like you have a new job or new opportunity or new start, but you're like fighting it. And I keep getting job. It might, your hard work is paying off in reverse. You feel like, I worked so hard to get here, now it's all went to shit. You feel like all your hard work is for nothing, but it's actually Spirit trying to say you've leveled up to the point past where you're now. It's like you've reached the top of the corporate ladder where you're at. And Spirit's got a new endeavor for you that's more aligned with who you are as a person. A time to give rather than to take in reverse. This job opportunity, it's like you don't want to give it away. And Spirit's like, no, see, somebody else has leveled themselves up to now they deserve the position you're at. But that's not a bad thing for you. It's a blessing for you because you have something new and better for you. But you're like, no, I earned this. This is mine. You're being like stingy with it. Like, damn it, I worked hard to get here. You're not gonna come in and take my job. But like, you're supposed to turn it over. A personal issue reaches resolution. There's a personal issue here. Maybe that could be about like the covering your track situation. I don't know what that's about. Prosperity lies ahead. It's in reverse because you don't see it right now, but it does. It's hidden. God, Spirit is, oh, this is powerful. Step out of your comfort zone. Seek discomfort. God damn it. I'm laughing because I love Yes Theory. They're one of my favorite YouTube channels. And I actually have their one of their stickers here, Seek Discomfort sticker. It says, courage is a muscle. Sorry, couldn't read that because it was upside down. Courage is a muscle that you have to like exercise, right? Seek discomfort is what just came out to me. Emotions are running high in reverse. I feel like you're trying to keep your emotions under check. Like maybe you feel like if you get emotional about this, you'll be judged for whatever reason. Surrender to the divine in reverse. You're not surrendering. Like this is be bold, make the first move in reverse. I feel like you are supposed to be the bigger person and turn this over to the other person. Like maybe you're supposed to offer them. It almost feels like offering your job to somebody else. What? Spirit, am I on the right track? I'm gonna ask some yes or no questions because this is a weird message. Spirit, am I on the right track here? Are they supposed to offer their job to somebody else? Is it? Okay, so I'm wrong about that. It says it's a hard no on this one. Stand in your power. The fuck? All right, so I'm gonna pull stand in your power. So maybe you are supposed to fight for this. You're not supposed to back down from the fight. You're supposed to almost show yourself, show your power, but do so in a humble way. This whole concept is about like an elitist mentality. So maybe you feel like you're the bigger and better person here, but Spirit's saying fight for this. Even though you feel like it's almost beneath you to have to fight for this, you're supposed to fight for this. But no, even if you were to lose, Spirit has something else for you. It's like it's a win-win outcome. Like it... I'm gonna pull... I'm gonna pull a Starseed card. Message for pile 2, please. Message for pile 2. Surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Star family, you're part of a team of souls. Call in support. You're supposed to work with somebody else. That's what this is about. You view this person as competition, but they're actually supposed to be like it's supposed to be a partnership somehow. I don't know what you do for work, so I don't know the dynamics of your job. I don't know if it's like, I don't even know how I got job from this, but Spirit is very clearly talking to me about a job. You view this person as coming in and possibly stealing your job, but you're actually supposed to work as a team. It's a blessing. And it could possibly even be like a romantic match. Because Venus energy, they could possibly be a Taurus or a Libra. So they're ruled by Venus. But they're part of your soul family. So even if they're not like a romantic partner, this person was sent to you via the divine to teach you something. Like it's part of like God's will, the universal will. It's almost like you called in. You accidentally manifested this person. You were praying for like inspiration and a new beginning at this job. Like maybe you were kind of fizzling out at this job and you were like calling in like inspiration or a new beginning or a new spark of creativity or whatever for your job. And it's like you called in this person because they are the spark. Maybe you need a little healthy competition. Maybe that's good for you. I like a little competition. It's fun for me. I like competition, healthy competition, like a good debate, like for me personally. Maybe you need this good little like, that's funny, but this person's also gonna bring you a lot of joy. I think they're gonna teach you to not take yourself so serious. Like I feel like maybe because you've grown so successful and you've worked so hard to get to where you are, you kind of got like too big for your britches. Like maybe you feel like I'm better than you. you know, I worked here, and you kind of walk around like, I'm the best. Bow down to me, peasants. You know, like, ha, look at me. I'm so awesome. And like this person's like gonna humble you because they're gonna come in and they're like almost a threat to you. Like you might even, I don't know why I'm getting like gossipy energy, but you might even be like, oh, they're not deserving of this. Like they don't have what I have. And like you feel threatened by this person, but this person is actually a gift to you. I feel like if you stepped out of your ego, you and this person would either be really good friends, really good business partners, or lovers, or for some of you, all three. Like I feel like this person is a gift from God, and you're blocking this gift because of your ego, and I feel like it has to do with your status. Like this is all about status. It's an ego trip. You're going through an ego death. Oh, Spirit's like, duh, you finally got there. And I'm just like, sorry, it took me a minute. I was still stuck on the last reading. So one thing I don't like about pick a cards is sometimes I get like stuck in their energy. And it's hard to like switch into the other energy. Huh. Okay, cool. Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna leave it there. Like I feel at peace. Like, yep, that was your reading. All right. Cool. All right. So, fight for your job. Don't just like go belly up with it. Fight for it. But don't take yourself too serious. Don't take the outcome too serious. Spirit's really saying, like, even if you were to lose your job or whatever, it wouldn't actually be a loss, it'd be a gain for you. But also, it could possibly turn out a partnership. Weird, specific energy. And then the incense completely burnt out. Spirit's like, that's it, that's the message. They needed to hear that. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go to pile number 3 with the High Priestess. She's my absolute favorite tarot card. I'm gonna cleanse the energy. All right, so the High Priestess is my absolute favorite card in the tarot deck. I thought about getting her tattooed on me. But basically, I call her my bad bitch card because she is a bad bitch. She is like the epitome of higher knowledge. She's the seer. She is, I mean, it's very witchy energy. But if you don't resonate with, you know, like witch, you know, like fly. But she has like, she knows her shit. In one hand, she's got like a crystal, and in the other hand, she's got like a book, which almost like to me looks like the Bible. So it's like traditional knowledge and spiritual knowledge. And she's got like, I mean, it's just chef's kiss. Like, look at all of the eyeballs all around because she sees from so many different perspectives. This is a very well-traveled person. This is a person who takes time to meditate and to ground and to connect with spirit, but this is also a very learned person. Like, this is a very knowledgeable person. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Like I said, my favorite card. So if that's your energy, I'm wondering why you're struggling. Maybe the person that you're bringing in is this energy. Because the intention behind this reading is, where are you being judgmental? Like, that you need to open yourself up to. Maybe for you it's needing more understanding that knowledge comes from, you can't just get all of your knowledge from a book. You can't just get all of your knowledge from meditating and grounding. You can't just, there's a quote, something about, you don't get your wisdom from thinking. Like the teaching of like just sitting and meditating and then you will know thyself. It's completely and totally wrong. Meditating and thinking is just reiterating all the teachings. It's just like stirring up all of your, like, the things you've been indoctrinated with. So if you sit alone in your thoughts, you might put together like pieces that of knowledge that you didn't realize were intertwined, but you're not actually going to learn anything new from just sitting. You have to go within and go without to learn. Like you truly learn from your experiences, from speaking with other people and gaining other perspectives. The High Priestess is so knowledgeable because it's like she's seeing everything from all sides constantly. She's very open-minded. The call, 7 of Earth. Spirit's calling me to look up the 7 of Earth. Where's the booklet? There it is. I feel like I'm like in the presence of a very powerful person right now. So group 3, hi. Wow, nice to meet you. Like I'm getting powerful fucking energy from you. Holy crap. All right, let me look up the, I'm not even fully understanding what the blockage is here right now. I'm getting kind of having difficulty. The other 2 piles, it's like I almost got a storyline instantaneously. For you, I'm almost having difficulty understanding what the storyline is. So, okay. So the 7 of Earth came out for you, but it's in reverse, which means you are in blocked energy. This is what the 7 of Earth card means from the book. Opening to a new strategy, being at a crossroads, a decision to be made. As I reflect on my progress to date and see where I stand, I contemplate whether I want to continue singing for the same song or change my tune. I'm always free to go back and reimagine what I might co-create. If what I manifested does not serve me as I thought it might, I don't have to be afraid to admit it is no longer for me. Whatever I choose, I am not afraid to start over, for I feel assured that Spirit will support my highest good. So for you watching, the thing that you're being closed down to is a new endeavor. Maybe you're feeling spiritually called to do something because there's the call card came out for you. And then this card is like starting a new path, but it's in reverse. Like maybe Spirit is calling you to do something. Like you know this, you are a deeply intuitive person, okay? You're the High Priestess. So you know that God, the universe, the divine, is telling you to do something and you don't want to do it. You're afraid. This is fear. What is this about, Spirit? Spirit is calling me to use a handmade card, but use the triggering ones. This is gonna get messy. I'm gonna have to think of these as like very, very abstract. Some of these words can be triggering. What is the fear? Accessory. What is this new thing? Lack of support, breakup, alcohol, dissociation. Deception, bottom of the deck. This has to do with starting a new path as far as a breakup goes. Alcohol, dissociation, lack of support, sensory deception. Can I get one more card, please, Spirit? Just one more. One more card, please, Spirit. What's this about? What is this about, Spirit? What's this about, Spirit? Unexpected loss. Okay, so maybe you're going through a breakup. There was some sort of deception involved. A lack of support and dissociation. Alcohol. This is such a weirdly specific message. There's an inner knowing that you need to set down a new path. Maybe you are being called to break off a relationship with somebody, but like the people around you are not supporting that decision. Maybe they're trying to convince you that it's not for your highest good. Spirit, in that case, is telling you to trust your intuition. But for most of you watching pile 3, this is about you recently went through a breakup and it was kind of unexpected. And that's causing a lot of pain. And your friends and your family, they aren't around for you right now like you thought they would be. There's alcohol here, so you might be heavily drinking. You might be really, really, really struggling. Dissociation is like going within and like escaping reality. Like disconnecting. Expected loss. There was some sort of deception involved here, so somebody wasn't being honest, whether that be you or the other person. Somebody wasn't being completely true. Oh, and right as I said that, it says not true. So like there was some sort of lying and manipulation going on here. I don't know whose side this is on, and it was a power play. Ooh, it was a power play. And attacked. Somebody felt like they were being attacked, and now they feel almost imprisoned because the jail card came out. Like you feel like you're like at a loss. Like I feel like isolation is coming out and gaslighting is happening here. Isolation keeps coming out. It's like you realize that this is something that you gotta step away from, that this is toxic and unhealthy energy. And you're being called to move away from this and step out in a new direction, and you're afraid. And Spirit's really letting you know that they've prepared you for this, that you have all of the knowledge and all of the wisdom you need to move forward and to be successful in life, that you, this is the tower moment for you, okay? You're going through a tower moment. Tower in tarot is like a sudden and unexpected change. And a lot of people are afraid of the tower card. But what they fail to teach you is that right after the tower card comes the star card, which is like wish fulfillment. So the tower doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. So sometimes what we perceive to be as a loss is actually gain on our behalf. Starseed. Okay. Spirit's telling me to pull some Starseed cards. And Spirit just told me read the book for this. Okay, I never use the book for these cards. So Spirit's wanting me to use the book for these cards. There's a specific message for you here. Good God, Spirit, that's a lot. What the fuck? The great severing. Yeah. Jump in. Star ancestors in reverse. Star sisters in reverse. The void. Baby steps. Trust the timing. The veil is lifting. Messenger in reverse. Wait in reverse. Spirit's about to bless you with something completely different and completely new, and there's other people involved here, and you feel like you're being isolated, but I feel like Spirit's trying to tell you that you will be held in this new situation with new people, and it's a new start for you. All right, so what is the card that you want me to read from the book? This one. Okay. You are not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. Yeah, this is about like you feeling isolated and not feeling accepted. Wish these were numbered. They're not. This is a pain in the ass. Dear God. You're not for everyone. So what Spirit is saying here is it's going to take me a fucking while to find this card because these aren't numbered. But Spirit keeps telling me to read the book for this, so I'm going to. You feel isolated, you feel misunderstood, you feel like you're being attacked, like you're not accepted for who you are, and Spirit's really trying to get across the message that you're not supposed to fit into certain situations because they're not aligned with who you are as a person, like your highest self, your most authentic self. Spirit keeps telling me to look in the book for this, and it's like a pain in the ass because these cards aren't numbered, and Spirit's like, read them the passage for this. And I'm like, okay, I will. Wish these were numbered. It'd be a lot easier to find them. You're not for everyone. Finally found it. Okay. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. The world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you. But it's also filled with those who love you fiercely. They are your people. You're not for everyone, and that's okay. Talk to people who can hear you. Don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Don't try to convince them to walk alongside you. You'll be wasting your time. I feel like you need to embark on a new path, but it's like you're afraid to do at it alone. You'll be wasting both your time and theirs, and will likely inflict unnecessary wounds that will take precious time to heal. You're not for them, and they're not for you. Politely wave them on and continue your way. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen it by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Keep facing your true north. Holy crap. By pulling this card, it means you're being called to embrace your uniqueness, to your own weirdness, to let the world see who you really are, to reveal your multifaceted, oh yes, baby, multi-dimensional nature, not to dim your light according to who is in your presence, to own all parts of yourself, so that your people, the ones who are the same kind of weird as you, can recognize you when your paths cross. Remember at the beginning of this reading, I said I was in the presence of somebody really powerful. this was my lesson that I learned last year. This was about my New Year's resolution or whatever, was learning to live more authentically and letting people see all sides of me. I am somebody who is deeply multifaceted. I have multiple sides of me, and it's difficult for people to pin me down because I learned through my parents and stuff to walk and talk and be in a certain way when going about my day-to-day life, you know, by it be work or whatever. There's like professionalism, and there's class, and there's things that you are taught to be. Then you also have your sense of humor and your way of viewing the world and your way of communicating when you're not trying to be like your professional self, when you're not trying to be the person that other people expect you to be. And I learned that a lot of people did not like the real me, and that was hard and it was hurtful. But god damn it, when people like the real you, it feels so fucking good. One quality friend, one person that you can be your weirdest fucking self with, is worth 10,000 friends who know you at a surface level. The new path that you're being called to walk down is a little bit of a lonely one at first. But it's gonna bring you so much fulfillment and so much joy, and it's gonna bring in your soul tribe, the people who love every side of you, your professional side and who you are behind closed doors, singing and twerking in the shower and being a fucking weirdo. They're gonna love it. They're gonna think it's delicious. They're gonna be like, where have you been all my life, you weird, crazy, awesome person? Like, you're just gonna be fucking weird together. And that's a good thing. So, there's the vultures again. But these vultures are kind of playing with one another. That's odd. Okay, so the vultures I said in pile, I think was one, represent death to me. But like the death card is not a bad card, it's a good card. It's like an end to an old cycle, an old way of life, or an old way of thinking, and a rebirth into something new. Death is that transitional period from worldly thinking into like the spiritual realm, from the 3D into 5D. There's birth and then there's death, and they're a portal to connect the two. Spirit's saying that they're about to set you down a path that leads you into more alignment with the truths, most beautiful parts of yourself, more spiritually aligned parts of yourself. All right, that's it. That's this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new here, thank you for coming, and I hope I will see you again soon. Tonight, I am filming a podcast with my friend Kayla. She invited me to speak on her podcast, so that'll be fun. Bye.